Welcome to the program on tonight. Recently, I found an article regarding Canada and its immigration and asylum seeking claims policy. So, if you're new to the program, you may want to listen to this on tonight. Tyrone Bowman Live, we bring you news stories that you're not going to hear anyplace else because this program, we are striving to keep people informed. For those of you who are seeking asylum in Canada, coming from the United States and other countries, you better pay close attention. So once again, this is Tyrone Bowman Live. Welcome to the program on tonight. According to Reuters, and this is the news story, Canada, this is the headline, Canada pulls refugee welcome mat, launches ads warning asylum claims very hard. Canada launches global ad campaign in 11 languages. The campaign aims to combat misinformation about asylum process. Canada faces 260,000 claimed refugees backlog and hints at fast-track refusals. Recently, the Canadian Prime Minister was here in America. I think he was at President-elect Donald Trump's quote-unquote headquarters down in Mar-a-Lago. So they had a very private meeting behind closed doors, and I'm quite sure that this probably was part of it. So let's check this out. Once presenting itself as one of the world's most welcoming countries to refugees and immigrants, Canada is launching a global online ad campaign, cautioning asylum seekers that making a claim is hard. The 250,000 or 187,662 in advertisements will run through March in 11 languages, including Spanish, Urdu, Ukrainian, Hindu, Tamil. The Immigration Department told Reuters they are part of a border shift in tone by Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's unpopular government on immigration and an effort to clamp down on refugee claims. Migrants have been banned for high housing prices. Migrants have been blamed for high housing prices, although some experts argue this is a simplistic explanation, and polls show a growing number of Canadians think the country admits too many newcomers. You have a lot of black people who have been migrating to Canada. You got to read between the lines. The form of campaign is budgeted to cost a third of the total spend on similar advertisements over the previous 7 years. Search queries such as how to claim asylum in Canada and Refugee Canada will prompt sponsored content titled Canada's Asylum System, Asylum Facts, the ministry said. Claiming asylum in Canada is not easy. There are strict guidelines to qualify. Find out what you need to know before you make a life-changing decision, one ad reads. Canada has long been seen as a welcoming place for newcomers. Now its leaders are slashing immigration and trying to get temporary residents to leave. And to prevent people fleeing U.S. President-elect Donald Trump from claiming asylum. Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada is working. So listen, let me read that again. You all need to listen to this and listen to it carefully. Canada has long been seen as a welcoming place for newcomers. Now its leaders are slashing immigration and trying to get temporary residents to leave and to prevent people fleeing United States President-elect Donald Trump from claiming asylum. Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada is working to combat the spread of misinformation and disinformation about Canada's immigration system, and to highlight the risk of working with unauthorized representatives, a department spokesperson wrote in an email. It may be an uphill battle. Canada's refugees system faces a 260,000 case backlog. Amid growing global displacement, the government has little control over who claims asylum. Its immigration minister has hinted at fast-tracking claims deemed unlikely to succeed. The government is hoping millions of people will leave the country on their own when their visas expire, and the immigration minister has threatened to deport them if they do not. It is a dramatic about face for a government that for years set out the welcome mat. In January 2017, when Trump took office, Trudeau tweeted, quote, "To those fleeing persecution, terror, and war, Canadians will welcome you regardless of your faith. Diversity is our strength. Welcome to Canada." On November 17th, nearly 8 years later, Trudeau published a video promoting his government's immigration policies, calling out bad actors who have been exploiting our immigration system for their own interests. Let's dig through this. What exactly does that mean? Bad actors. See, they're not going to come right out and say it. Basically, they're talking about black people. That's why it's in quotation marks, black people. They don't want black people coming to Canada now. It seems like Canada is becoming a racist nation as well. Last month, the Liberal government, trailing in polls, announced it is slashing permanent and temporary immigration. The population is projected to shrink slightly for 2 years. Ad campaigns to counter misinformation on how to apply for asylum could be useful, said University of Ottawa law professor and immigration expert Jamie Chi-Young Liu. On the other hand, if they're saying you're not welcome, it does seem contrary to Canada's approach in the past, she said. They've switched their messaging. I wonder why. Can you tell me why Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has changed his stance on immigration? Birds of a feather flock together. Never surrender, never quit.